your own thing. You do your own thing. You know that it's true. You are what you do.
Oh. Wait. The spiky thing. Look out.
Spiky thing, get you.
Look. Wait. Look. Look out for the...
got me. Dang. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday and welcome to Pyragraph Live from the Albuquerque Press Club. I'm Perry Packer, your host, and I'm the publisher and editor of Pyragraph, which is an online creative career magazine featuring daily posts from working artists and filmmakers and game developers and creatives of all kinds, sharing their experiences, stories, and lessons learned. Check us out at pyragraph.com. You're welcome to call into the show as well. Call us up. Talk with our guests, who I'm going to introduce in a moment. Call 562-MIMOSA-5. That's 562-646-6725. We would really love a call. We would. Our guests tonight are two indie game developers that built the game that I'm playing. It's Sky Pets. Can you guys see? Look. Wait. See, I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to kill the poor little pet. It's called Sky Pets, and it's live. It's for sale at the Apple Store. We're going to be talking to the developers who built it. It's Ryan Leonski and Shandiin Woodward. They are part of Subliminal Gaming. It's their game development company. Super excited to talk to them. I think the thing was released within the last couple weeks, maybe a month. Yep. And we're going to talk about how they got it done, what's up with game development, and what's going on with game development in Albuquerque. And then at some point, I'm going to get better at the game.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it yet. My kids are going to really love it,
They're going to like it a lot.
Yeah. First, before we introduce our guests and bring them onto the show, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Clark Conde, our creative director at Pyragraph. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
It's great to be here at the Press Club, as always. Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
We've got the ukuleles gearing up in the other room.
It's the High Desert Sand Fleas.
They're awesome. Always like to see them.
One of these times we're going to spring on them that they're our house band.
It's going to be pretty great when that happens.
Oh, okay, good segue. We have a new theme song.
We do have a new theme song.
Live listeners will not hear it. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's going to be remedied really soon.
Sure.
But when you listen to this later, and we're going to upload this to YouTube,
right.
Sam Miller wrote a great song, and we're using it for our theme song, and I'm really excited.
Right. It's pretty great.
Isn't it?
I'm very excited about it.
I guess we shouldn't talk too much more about it because nobody can hear it right now. But they will.
But once they download the thing and listen to it 7 or 8 times, like they will, they're going to want, they'll know, they'll be like, oh, that's Sam Miller, that's such a good tune.
I'm so excited. Then we're going to teach the song to the High Desert Sand Fleas.
Wow, they don't know about
that yet. Then it's well, they will. Yeah. It's exciting. So thank you, Sam.
Yeah, the things that happen over at the Albuquerque Press Club.
Sam Miller is a musician who we like a lot, who I think is just recently home from touring in Europe
back?
I think he just ended the tour. It was a kind of a grueling month-long tour.
No
thanks again, Sam, and welcome home if you're home or soon. What else? We've done a few things. We had office hours last night.
This has been another busy week. This has been an incredibly busy week. I know that... we did office hours yesterday. That was big.
At Draft Station Albuquerque, which is, 17-something
Some
Central
people don't
Southwest.
understand. This is on Route 66, the historic Route 66.
So true.
Used to be, the heartline of America.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the spot.
It's right there, and it's my favorite tap room because it's 2 blocks from my house.
Closest
I love
part
it.
Of my house.
There's a lot of other great tap rooms, but we love this one, and we are now doing the first and third Wednesdays. If you're in Albuquerque, and if you're a creative feeling like, oh my God, I need help, like I need to talk to other people who are struggling with technology or contracts or how to manage my money and how to use spreadsheets. Any of that stuff, come on down out to office hours. I'm actually a business consultant.
Right.
That's like what I do when I'm not doing Pyragraph.
You know what I really liked about the office hours?
What?
Was the speaker that we had.
There wasn't a speaker.
That was the best part. There
we
was no
never
speaker.
have a speaker.
We never, ever, under any circumstances,
you make me laugh.
Have a speaker. And
no.
So it's not like a lecture thing. It's
no,
just
not.
about people learning about and talking with each other about work and art and the art of work.
It was fun. We talk shop. And drink beers.
We talk shop and drink beers.
They have local New Mexico wines as well.
We do have that as well.
So that was fun.
Yes.
What else?
we also spoke with our new columnist, Little Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a meeting at the draft station the day before.
That's right. We talked with Little Bobby. And one thing that some of our viewers and the readers of Pyragraph may not know about Little Bobby is he's involved with a lot of animals.
It's true. Zookeeper might not be the right thing, but he works at the Albuquerque Zoo at the biopark.
He does.
He works with animals every day.
He does. He works with these animals, and we may here at the press club, we may have an animal or two showing up. Not that there hasn't been animals in here before.
Well,
let me look around.
I have had this vision for Little Bobby for a while now, and now we've had 2 Dear Little Bobby columns.
Right.
I think they're great. He gives advice for creative souls, and it's a Q&A kind of thing, and people write in. Please write in to dearlittlebobby@pyragraph.com.
Right.
Please send your questions.
Absolutely.
Dearlittlebobby@pyragraph.com.
He has legit answers.
And yeah, it's like everything from I'm juggling too many like low-paying passion projects, and I'm tired, and I'm working too much. Am I doing the wrong thing? And then what was the other one? There was one about cultural appropriation. Is it okay to wear native costumes and stuff like that? It's not. And Bobby always has a great answer, and he's an artist. He's a musician. He plays in a band called Shoulder Voices. And he's the zoo guy. So
he deals with animals.
Yes. So
which is a great segue. Let's introduce.
He's going to be our guest next week.
Right. He's going to be our guest next week.
He's going to be our guest next week. Little Bobby. We want our audience to get to know Little Bobby. I'm a huge fan. It's exciting.
It's great. But the segue was we should introduce our engineer and have him stop in. Speaking of animals.
Yeah. Jeremy, would you like to come say a word, chit chat with us for a moment? Awesome. So Jeremy, God bless him, has been running the AV for this video cast. Hey
guys, how's it going?
All right.
It's going great.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to make a few announcements about things happening around Albuquerque. Some stuff I noticed. We've been getting some good shows lately.
Yeah.
And Sufjan Stevens is playing tomorrow at Pope Joy. I went and saw Heartless Bastards on Saturday.
How was it? I'm sad I didn't go. I've seen them several times, and I didn't go because I couldn't find a babysitter. So was it great?
It was really good.
They're always great.
And Troy Moy's playing tonight at the Sunshine Theater.
Nice.
And then Night of the Living Covers is this Saturday.
It's
this Friday at Low Spirits.
Little Bobby's going to be playing.
Little Bobby is coming in, and his band, Shoulder Voices, I believe, is playing...
Nico.
He's playing Nico.
Yeah.
He's got an outfit picked out. It's going to be worth going to.
There's going to be some great bands.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of... How many bands are there?
There are a crap ton. My friend Carl and Clark's band called Broken Fables, they're going to be playing as Aretha Franklin, which is going to be awesome.
I'm not sure that's
I can't remember. There's going to be a whole bunch, but that's Friday at Low Spirits or Launchpad?
Low Spirits. Yeah, absolutely. And that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Some great shows worth checking out. Also, coming up is 12 by 12 at the Harwood.
Nice.
What's the date on that again?
I think it's going to be November 1st.
Okay, cool.
Or the first weekend of November.
Nice.
And then on the 30th, one of our, Scott Elkins, the 1960 sci-fi era, is going to be playing at Sister Bar with his crew, Nothing Forever. And they're going to be doing some really cool visuals.
Awesome.
There that are going to be interactive. And
you need to be, I guess,
really
our
cool.
nightlife correspondent.
I know, I guess so.
Because, I mean, usually I go out a lot, but I haven't been lately.
Yeah, well,
I feel like I'm out of the loop. Yeah.
And lonely, so.
You're right.
Not as hot as you used to be?
Not as hot as I used to be. That was an August thing.
Right, yeah.
I've cooled down a lot since then.
Wow.
So.
Well, you're pretty cool guy, so it's great to have you, bringing in this information. So
of course.
People.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, guys, and going to get back to tech.
Thanks, Jeremy Kinter. Whoa. He is also Albuquerque, or Pyragraph's contributing editor. And runs the show behind the scenes at Live from the Press Club.
That's exactly the way it is. Listen, I don't know. You started this game.
Yes.
I haven't played the game.
I started playing it.
We could, at this point, just stop the show and just play the game.
Right.
Or, since we have the developers here.
We're on. It's worth mentioning. Yeah. Our live streaming is on Twitch, twitch.tv.
Right.
Which, when I was researching platforms to do this, because I'm kind of clueless, so like the viewers couldn't tell.
Wow.
We're figuring this out one show at a time, and Twitch was like a thing for gamers.
Right.
To be sharing, screens and like watching each other play.
Right.
Who knew? Right. And now other shows like us are getting in on the action. But anyway,
inadvertently
Twitch started
at the
this game.
at the top of the heap.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, without even, it's just instinct, really.
So let's bring on our guests, Ryan and Shandiin of Subliminal Gaming.
There's cheers throughout the press club. I wish we had a camera we could pan throughout the press club.
Welcome. Glad to have you at the press club. Remember to stay close to your mics. We're nothing if not professional.
Very nice. Very nice.
Hello.
If you see me do this, that doesn't mean come hither. That means get closer to your mic. Welcome, you guys.
Is this close enough, by the way? I feel like I'm back in high school.
It looks like it's right to me.
Prom night.
Sultry.
I sound. Hello.
It's true.
I watch a lot of Frasier.
Nice. So congratulations, I think, are in order. You guys announced the release of your game, but you also announced an engagement.
Yeah.
A wedding engagement.
Oh.
That's so exciting.
Wow,
Well, that's so great. Congrats.
Thank you. I've been planning it for about a year and a half on how to actually engage.
Yeah.
And then we made the news for it, so that was super cool.
It's funny. Engagement has become such a word in business, but you guys got engaged old school. This is the old school meaning of engagement.
Yes.
I like it. It's bringing it back.
Like getting down on the knee and then giving a business proposal.
Yes.
Here's my 102-page document on
Very nice.
what our lives are going to be like for the next
Nice.
It's best to
50
spell
years.
everything out. Yeah.
And here's the exit plan if need
You want to
be.
manage expectations. That's what we've
No, congrats.
always-
That's cool.
Thank you.
And so you guys are partners in this business and life partners as well. When did Sky Pets come out? It's been a couple weeks. How long?
We released on October 8th,
There
right
you
at
go.
midnight. Well,
Wow.
12:01. Engagement happened at 12:01, 30 seconds about.
Nice.
And it's been doing all right for a paid game. We were.
It's like $2.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
$1.99.
$2.
Yeah.
I
was
both
playing,
on iOS and Android, so you could
Cool.
get it on either of those platforms. And we were in the top 10 new paid Google Play games, which is interesting.
Nice.
It's kind of like bragging rights in some ways, but Google Play is also kind of a weird store to be on. But yeah.
Nice. So when did you start in with developing this? When did you say, well, we're going to do a game and this is kind of where we are, and when did you start actually sitting down to program something?
So back in 2011, we came out with a game called Skycat, and we took a week to make that, and it came out for the Xbox Live Indie Games platform. Essentially, think of it kind of like the YouTube for video games.
Cool.
Yeah, so it was this program that anybody could be part of, get their game onto an actual console, and have thousands of gamers play it. That did pretty well, so we decided to really expand the game and bring it to a platform that the audience that we were going for would really enjoy, and that was mobile. It was emerging at that point. And we really wanted to expand, so we wanted to not just do cats, we wanted to allow people to create whatever they wanted, and also to control super easy, so you didn't have to have a controller in your hand, you just had to have your phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you do that one in 1 week for? Was it like a challenge to try to get it done in a week? Was that kind of?
So.
Because that seems like a really short amount of time.
It is. So the reason why we did a week was we were actually working on another game called Bit Chaos at the time, and it was supposed to be kind of like a Street Fighter type of game.
Yeah.
Two people on a screen going left and right and just punching the crap out of each other.
Good times.
We even had a Kickstarter for it that we got $1,500 for, but the project itself failed. But we were in the middle of that project, and we were really feeling like project slumps at the time. Really low point. So we decided to do this as a side project. And instead of it being a side project, it turned into a full project.
Nice.
I think it's way better than what Bit Chaos would have been.
And Shandiin, you worked on those other projects as well.
Yeah.
What's the breakdown of what you guys do?
Okay, so write programs, and then I make all of the arts, as
Right.
well as I learned that I really like to create level designs, and then we collaborate on the game designs too as a whole.
Wait, so you made the pets
do
as
that.
cute as the pets are? Is that you?
Yeah.
You did that? Very cute.
We were commenting how cute
Yeah.
they are. My kids are going to be bugging me for my phone even more.
You really
now.
want to
Thank
make
you.
sure that they don't run into the spiky thing and the other stuff. You have some empathy for them.
Were you a designer for not video games, for other things before? I mean, how did you get from design to video games?
Yeah, so my mother's a traditional artist,
Cool.
and I started off painting for a while, and then I got into graphic design.
Nice.
So from there, I was like doing some freelance work. I was working at a gallery, making ads and things like that.
Right.
And then we just started making games together, and I kind of built up that skill set, and that's what I really like to do.
Nice.
That's awesome. And how did you get into gaming? Were you doing other kinds of technology-related stuff?
No.
No.
I am like all video games all the time. So
All video.
like my first memory is playing a video game. I was over at like my babysitter's house, and the controller was unplugged, and I wasn't able to move Luigi in Super Mario Bros. 3.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like 2 or 3 or
Traumatic memories.
Yes,
are
it
part
was
of
very
childhood,
sad.
And that is sad.
yes, and I just always wanted to do something with video games. And when I was like 10 or 11 or 12, somewhere in like preteens, I found a article in this GamePro magazine that had a bunch of tools on how to get started in game development, and they also had this series of articles on the jobs in game development and like kind of the breakdown of what those were. I always wanted to be a designer and kind of a programmer because I really like the creative process of just cobbling code together to create worlds. So
I love that, to create worlds.
yeah, so ever since I was 12, I opened up a game editor and tried cobbling together things, most of the time failing, but, just creating fun little things. One of them based on, like, the board game Go.
Yeah.
Another one based on, like, Final Fantasy and, just a whole bunch of other things. So video games have really been part of my life, just
Yeah.
always.
So at what point did you turn it into subliminal gaming, or maybe before that, were you doing it as a freelancer, or how do I want listeners and viewers to know, like, if you want to get into this, how do you start making it a real deal?
So in Albuquerque, it's a really interesting landscape in terms of game development and technology. With Albuquerque, we have a bunch of technology gurus in the labs, engineers, things like that, who are doing very like technical ballistic systems, targeting, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. Something with lasers, moons,
Yeah.
whatever.
Lasers.
Optics.
Yes.
Optics.
Yeah.
You can yeah.
And there's no game development studios out here, at least not when I first started. So it was very much a just do it type of mentality. And I was in high school, so it's not like I could get an internship anyways.
Yeah.
Here in New Mexico, so I was just creating stuff on my own. I was like, well, if I'm going to stay here in Albuquerque, I'm going to have to create my own studio anyways. So I just started saying, okay, I'll make a company called Subliminal Gaming, like when I was 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
With like no idea of like what games I would make or anything like
Sure.
that. Just making these little silly things.
But you had a vision for some sort of a company. I like it, and I like your logo a lot as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would imagine. Did you design
Yeah,
that?
I made that.
Everything does have a real similar look, so I'm assuming it's
So
mostly from Shandiin.
What I just want to ask: was there a moment in which were you seeing pets falling out of buildings at some point, or I don't understand? I've seen the game, and I don't know all the pets that are involved, but was there some sort of incident in your life? You said these pets are falling. We should do something. Is there some way that we can help? Was it something like that? Or?
I was in a class one day, and I was thinking of like just really simple game mechanics and fun stuff that I'd like to experiment with. I was like, it'd be a great game if a guy was falling out of an airplane and his arms were doing this, and like all I cared about was his movement going
Yeah.
left and right, and like
Sure.
blending between these animations
Yeah.
as his perspective moved across the screen. So the core idea wasn't all that, like illuminating or like eureka pets falling from the sky.
Sure.
It was just more like, hey, it'd be cool to like have this little system just of the sky going left and right and switching between these animations. So it was very much like super close in system that I cared about at that moment. And then how we got to Sky Cat was we put in random obstacles that would come up at the bottom that you would have to dodge. And then with Sky Pets, we took a handcrafted approach and really laid out the levels. And Shandiin did each and every single one of those levels. She's kind of sadistic.
Yeah.
I'm only on the first level right now. I've gotten spiked a few times.
Which is bad for the pets, I understand.
So tell me how you guys met, and I'm wondering what you did also before you knew Shandiin to do your design, because a lot of it, you need the visuals. But tell me how you guys met first.
So we used to play YMCA basketball together when we were like 7 and 8.
Awesome.
And we were on the same team. And our parents knew each other for a while. We went to all the same schools. And it wasn't until we were in college that we actually got together.
Awesome. So you guys have known each other a long time.
Yeah, and the way we started going out was my friend Zuma was hungry, so we decided to go to his house. She was there hanging out with his sister, and I decided to sit on her and feed her some ice cream. And, we just started going out from there.
That's really...
Yeah, I've heard that story before. A lot of people run into things like that. And
yeah.
It's pretty standard, but a nice story.
What did you do for designs before you had Crack Designer on the team? Did you do it yourself?
I would try. So Bit Chaos, I started working on before we started going out, and the reason why it's called Bit Chaos was it was originally 8-bit Chaos, and I would do the pixel art myself.
Nice.
And it looked terrible.
Come on.
It looked terrible, and yeah.
It's 8-bit, so
yeah,
that's great.
No, there's some really great 8-bit pixel art out there right now.
Yeah, I've noticed there's like it's a what do you call it? I don't know. It's
Renaissance.
It's
not.
It's a throwback.
It's a throwback. There's a thing. There's a
no,
thing.
It's not
I've
a throwback.
seen. It's a thing.
It's a
resurgence.
challenge.
Yeah, resurgence maybe. Yeah. And so, besides subliminal gaming, do you work in technology in other ways at other companies for?
Yeah, so
other projects?
I personally work at IDEUM during the day, so that's my day job.
That's a touch screen company, right?
Yeah, they make these giant touch tables, so think like really big iPads, and these usually go to like museums, large installations, Saudi Arabian princes. Seriously, I'm not even joking. I'm not about that. One of my tables I worked on went to the Smithsonian, NMAI, and on that one you get this giant 3D imagescape of the city of Cusco, and you can learn more about it by touching these nodes and getting images and videos and panoramic views, all these things. And something, if you're in the Albuquerque area, that I'm wrapping up really, really soon is this thing where you stand in front of this really huge screen. I think it's like 6'5" inches. And there's a Kinect at the base of it, and you get to become a bug, and you fly around this 3D environment, picking up flowers or fruit or mosquitoes. It's a really cool experience. It's going to be part of the Bulgarium that's opening up this Halloween.
Here in Albuquerque, there's a Bugarium opening?
Yes, at
Get
the
out.
biopark.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My kids are going to... I'm a bug lover. I've always loved bugs,
Yeah.
and my kids love bugs.
It
so they're
sounds
gonna
like
freak
an
out.
experience I had once when I woke up in my bed like that, and I just had to crawl around the.
Yeah,
remember
well,
how that worked
yeah.
out?
Do
It
you
was.
remember how
Was
that
that-
ended?
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's cool. That's cool. So tell me a little bit. What do you think for if you're talking to other game developers, especially indie game developers? What are some tips? What are some ways either to make a good game or to position it and like market it? How do you get into the Apple Store, for instance? Like, how does that happen? Is it easy? Is it hard?
So for the Apple Store, it's a really low barrier to entry.
Okay.
It's probably the second lowest barrier to entry that you can get.
Well, there
but
you go.
it is also the hardest to get recognized at.
To actually rise above the millions of other games.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's essentially 500 games per day coming out.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really,
So
really hard.
You're doing well. Tell us a little about how you're doing, because it seems like from what I've seen, you've got great reviews. That's got to help. And how do you measure where are you at right now with the whole thing?
So, even though we have great reviews and everything, paid games don't do amazing unless you're like a Monument Valley or a Device 6, something that's featured by Apple's Editor's Choice, things like that. Unfortunately, we weren't there. So what we're doing right now is we're kind of positioning ourselves to support the audience that we already have by updating the game. We're putting in costumes right now for the pets, so not only do you get to create your own pet, you also get to dress them up. So we're working on that and just continue fostering the community that we currently have.
Yeah. A pretty organic kind of grassroots approach.
Yeah, we tried some ads, but I found that the organic grassroots was actually better. We got a ton of impressions, but we didn't get that many converted people, unfortunately.
Are you doing seasonal costumes? Halloween, Christmas,
Ooh,
Easter,
there you
that
go.
kind of thing?
That's a good idea.
So our first seasonal one is not going to be Halloween, unfortunately.
Sure.
It just takes a while to get
Sure.
these systems in.
Yeah.
Our first one's probably going to be either Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Sure.
But we're going to be having things in like
sushi cats.
sushi cats.
Very nice.
Yeah, pirates.
I love that.
Robots,
Awesome.
Starfleet. Well, not official
Yeah,
Starfleet.
and then you
but,
have to
Yeah.
you have to get the
We'll
costumes
have
in
to
the game.
scratch that. Not Starfleet. Definitely not Starfleet.
Not Starfleet. Spaceship.
Yeah, sure.
People.
You're designing them now. Are you? Is
Yeah.
this like ongoing for you then to just keep continuing to design for new versions and iterations?
Yeah, it's pretty much been that. So like in the game, you're gonna get little presents while you're going down, and you're gonna unlock like rare items and things like that.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, so there's going to be like 5 different levels of costumes, so it's going to increase replayability for people who just really want to get everything.
Yeah.
There's going to be like some common things like, I don't know, a potato sack or something like that. And then there's going to be like legendary costumes that are going to be so rare to get. And it's just for people who really love to dress up their pet and who really want to go for that like completionist
There's a few people out there
challenge.
that like to really dress up their pet.
Yeah.
I just heard actually from your daughter who was telling me yesterday at
Oh,
the
yeah,
office
that's
hours
right.
about the Halloween report. She said $5 million annually people dressing their pets.
Did she
In the
learn
United
that?
States.
She probably learned
From
that
her
from
report.
her. Yeah.
She did a report.
Amazing.
Wow. I'm just telling you.
I wanted to talk really quickly. We don't have too much time left, but I met you guys through the Albuquerque Game Developers Guild,
Yes.
which is a nonprofit group organized to help promote gamers and the game industry. You guys seem to be pretty involved in the back end of growing that group. Can you tell us a little bit about what the group's about, how people could get involved, what's going on with it?
Yeah, so I'm the chair of the group. We formed a board, and we meet every Tuesday at 6:30 at Levitated Toy Factory, which is downtown.
This beautiful building.
Yeah, so we get together for a few hours. People show off demos. We have like networking times. We even have like people who do tutorials. We want to get more people to do talks about games.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so pretty much it grew really grassroots as well.
Yeah.
Pretty punk rock, but the way it started is we would hang out at our friend Brooks's house, like 5 of us, and we would just do this weekly. And eventually we asked Jared Tarbell, the owner of Levitated, if we could do it there. And ever since then, we would be doing things like show off each other's games in this 10-minute format, 5 minutes showing it off, 5 minutes for questions. And we would just do this continuously every week. And it grew our community from like this really hodgepodge group of developers to a pretty large group. We get anywhere from like 30 to 45, sometimes 60 people.
I've been to some of those meetings. I mean, some of them have been
They're pretty packed,
yeah.
full of energy, tons of ideas. I was like really stimulated, like leaving a couple of those, just having seen some of the things that were going on.
Yeah.
And well organized, I have to say. It seemed like they were structured. Maybe I know when you're inside and you see how the sausage is made, it probably doesn't feel that way. But as an outsider, it just felt like, this is proceeding.
A lot of people
This is
and it's-
proceeding
yeah.
sensibly, and I'm like following all of these interesting presentations. I thought it was great.
Yeah, what's funny is that it just kind of happened organically. We didn't really ever have like, oh, we're going to plan for demos. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
And then people would sign up for these, and then it just kind of fell into this order on its own. So it's been really interesting, and it's really great for Albuquerque because before this, we didn't have anything. Kind of. Like, we had the IGDA, but that was another group that we were part of, which is part of a larger organization. But that wasn't quite as, I don't know, passionate or whatever. It just didn't feel quite as cohesive or anything like that.
What do you think the future holds for game development in Albuquerque? Do you think it's going towards more of a larger, more robust industry, or what do you think?
I totally think so. Right now, we're still a bunch of indie game developers trying to get things off the ground, but we have had 2 official games be released.
Right.
We have
What's
Kickstarters.
the other one? You're including Sky Pets as one?
Yes.
And then the other one?
Moonstrider, which recently got onto Steam Early Access.
Oh.
So Ian Birch, the person who's working on this, he's technically released it, but he's still working on it. So you could play the game while it's in development, essentially.
I think we had something on Pyragraph about that. We had something.
I think we
ran
ran
the Pyragraph social media about that. Yes.
Yeah.
About Ian's game.
It's a super awesome game. You're this space explorer trying to go to different planets that are randomly created, and it's just super cool. That's
great.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're at kind of an indie level, growing, and then what are some of the goals? What would you like to see?
I would like to see, personally, more games be developed locally. I would also like to see local businesses, like local game studios, grow here. I'd also like to see us become kind of a magnet city for game development, where studios will come from out of town and lay roots here as well. Kind of like with the film industry, but with more staying power.
Right. Right.
That's kind of what I see currently. Since there was nothing here before, I would like to see stuff here.
Yes. Sure. Well, it's definitely a town that attracts a lot of creative people, and many of those creative people are maybe doing art that doesn't always have the commercial potential that games do. So it would be cool if, like, this segment of creatives being game developers, I don't know, could capitalize on the many reasons that people like living here, and so I find a supportive creative environment, and find some success.
Yeah, totally. What I kind of like about game development, especially with the current indie movement right now, is that it's starting to get away from pure commercial success. We're starting to see things like Indiecade, which is going on right now, showcasing the smaller games are weird and cool and speak to the human, collective, whatever you want to call it. Condition. Thank you.
Yeah.
Condition. So we're starting to see more of that at a purely creative level.
Nice.
And I think within the next 20 years, we'll see a huge evolution of what games are and how they impact people's lives. They're not just going to be like, oh, I need to spend 3 hours grinding, clicking this one button to kill 20,000 trolls to level up. It'll be something more, I don't know, along the lines of great film, except you're placing yourself within the story instead of being an outside observer.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's going to be some really cool stuff going on with
great.
games.
Well, I've mentioned to you before, I would love for you to blog for Pyragraph. Totally. I'm still trying to rope you in. I reposted some of your stuff from your existing sites, and I would love to rope you in to do more.
Yeah, totally.
Because I think this aspect of creative workers, we don't quite have enough of it in our pages. The tech-oriented, developer creatives.
Definitely.
So, yeah, stay in touch, please.
Of course.
Yes.
Anything else from you? Any other questions? Anything I haven't touched on? Jeremy,
any questions, comments?
No, we're at...
Right.
we're good.
So, there we are.
Thank you so much. Ryan Leonski and Shandiin Woodward from Subliminal Gaming. Check out Sky Pets. You can find it at the Apple Store.
Is it the Apple Store?
Where else would people find it? Because I'm a Apple. Where would Android people? I don't even know. Where do you go?
So for Android, you go onto Google Play.
Thank you.
We're working on getting it up onto the Amazon Kindle store as well.
Oh, that'll be good.
The Humble Bundle store as well, and we're looking at some other ones also. So if there's a store that you want us to get on and it's not too much work for me, I'll get it on there anyways.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That's great.
And what's Subliminal Gaming's website? People can go and find out more about your company and what you do.
So you can find us at subliminalgaming.com. You can find the game and direct links to the stores at skypetsgame.com. And if you
Nice.
want to know more about the game or us, you can follow us on Twitter at skypetsgame, or my personal Twitter at subliminalman. And Shandiin's.
Oh yeah, my Twitter is Shandiin, Shandiin.
Nailed
Two
it.
eyes.
Got
Two
it.
eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And we'll share all this stuff at Pyragraph's Facebook
Sure.
page and Twitter and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Thanks a ton.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Albuquerque Game Developers Guild, who has been supportive and wonderful, Cachette Ideas and Innovation Center, Music Go Around Albuquerque. Thanks a million, as always, to the Pyragraph team, Sage Harrington, Josh Stuyvesant, Jeremy Kinter, Clark Conde, and contributing editor-at-large, Eva Avenue. Word has it she might be coming back to town for something.
We'll have to get her on the
I know. I think she might be coming to town. We'll see.
Great.
Thanks to my husband Turtle O'Toole for technical support, and Feel Better Turtle. Next week we have our brand new advice columnist, Little Bobby Tucker. He's the front man of Shoulder Voices. He's a marathon runner. He's a Buddhist. He's a lot of different things.
Animal handler.
He's an animal handler. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting a big one. Professional animal
He's not
handler.
even an amateur.
And he's going to be on the show next week to talk about not just the new advice column, Dear Little Bobby, that he is writing for Pyragraph. Send us some questions. Dear Little Bobby can answer any question you have.
He does have a lot
Seriously.
of answers.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Ooh, great question.
Bobby. So Little Bobby is going to be on next week, and we're really excited about that.
And if anyone asks that question, we will have the answer here
We will.
at Pyragraph Live.
How could I love you?
Thanks so much. Come back next time for more.
You know who you are. 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 You know that it's true. There's no one like you. You know that it's true. There's nobody like you. You know that it's true.